The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
I think we fixed our problem. I think we are live. What is up, Brigade? It is time. It is a very different day. What a last 20 minutes we just had. It's the Bostonian versus the book. Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault. I think we're live on YouTube. Are we live on YouTube? No, we're not live on YouTube.
I don't see no videos yet because it says live in 5 minutes.
Because I'm watching it on my back end. I'm watching us live on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I think we're live on YouTube. I just don't think you've caught up yet.
It says
I think
live
we're
in
live.
5 minutes.
I think we're live. Are you sure we're not live? I know
I'm
we're
on a
live on
thing that
Twitter.
says live in 5 minutes, 11:45.
I think you're on the old one.
I'm not on anything other than our YouTube channel, which is the @ symbol, Boston versus the book.
This is a replay, it says. Live on YouTube. I'm watching on YouTube. JR 33312. We are live. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. We are live on YouTube. Okay. This was a crazy day. I don't know what happened with the back end. I know a lot of people in the content space are having very similar problems today with the platform we use to send it to YouTube, but we're here. You're watching on Sirius or watching on Sports Grid TV. You don't know what we're talking about. If you're listening on Sirius XM, you have no idea what we're talking about. But we're here, we're live, and we're rolling. I don't know if you can't see it, Dave, but the chat's up and the chat's in there watching. So it may be a convolute, maybe a different because I had to kill one of the streams to make a new stream. And it had
Looks like there's 5 streams in a YouTube channel.
Oh, they should have been killed. Well, that's because they all got killed because I was playing around with the back end. Go to the last one that says 12 noon. That's the one.
Why would I go to the 12 noon one at 11?
Because I had to keep on pushing it forward as I was trying to schedule.
Yo, Bubba Luke!
I had to push it forward in order to get it out because I know how long it's going to take us to fix this problem. So I MacGyvered it.
You did it.
We MacGyvered
on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube.
How you guys doing?
We MacGyvered it. So thank you. Multiple streams on YouTube. There are multiple streams going on YouTube. So by me fixing it, I may have created, because there's only one live stream going for us on our end. It's just there's like 4 or 5 going on the back end. I'll have to go back afterwards and delete at some point. It's just one of those days.
We're here.
We're live. We're
Brigade
here.
is here.
Brigade's here.
In. They're finding us. Getting texts. You guys okay? Yes, we're fine. Not really. Always forward, never straight. We went to start the show. Did that fire?
Oh my God. There's 8 different streams.
8?
There's 8 different streams.
For the limit.
How?
I would have never guessed there were 8.
There's 8 different streams. That is something else. What?
Should you kill any of them or just?
I'm going to kill all of them now.
What do you mean? This will boost our numbers. All they want is the numbers. Look at all these streams. Look at all these people watching. Multiply everything times 8.
Wow. Yeah. So I'll delete all of these right now.
8 is enough. What a great TV show that was.
Remember
8 is enough? TV show?
8 is enough.
Not the family of 8. You don't remember. Stay focused on what you're doing. I will talk to the audience.
Talk to the audience. Let me get rid of all these things, and then because we're streaming live and we are on live, but I want to delete all these different things. It's strange to me because I can only see there's all these pictures of me and you, and the master's picture is the one we're live on, which is the right one, but I couldn't see that a second ago. So we'll see how this whole thing gets deleted, and hopefully that can be cleaned up. You keep on talking while I'll
don't kill the live stream.
I'm gonna try not to. Yes, I'm not clicking on anything, but
please don't.
It takes a second for it to be deleted. So
Par 3 Wednesday, boys. Masters Wednesday before the tournament starts tomorrow. A lot of golf experts out there, a lot of people. We reached out to a bunch of them. We're waiting back to hear from any of them. So we're going to talk golf ourselves. We have to recap, obviously, what happened last night, which we always do. You got to stay for the best thing about today, because my best thing about today, I learned something completely new today. It's not an Urban Dictionary definition, but there will be an illustration. I learned something completely new today. I don't even want to tell you what it's about, because it just was so different for me. So
Okay. Okay.
Did it?
Let's see if how quickly it takes, because I deleted them and we're good. We're all good. It's
we
all
have
fixed.
no idea how you did that. We don't care.
Fixed. Chat is going.
Chat is going.
Oh, here's the problem though. Here's the only problem. I can only look at the chat on okay, so I can't run it through. Okay. The chat's for me a little bit different today. That's fine. I can't put it up on the screen today, guys. So no chat on the screen today.
No chat on the screen.
No chat on the screen today. So I cannot put the chat on the screen like I normally do when we run it
Even
through the back
Twitter
end.
Chat?
I can't do it. I can't put anything on the screen. So nothing from the chat will go on the screen today. This is like how we used to do it back in the day.
Okay.
This is not the similar type of same
fine.
power that we normally will have.
Listen, some guys in the chat, they say stuff they can't get on the screen anyway. So now
Correct.
we don't have to apologize to Will, except for me and you swearing, but you can say whatever you want in that chat today.
Yeah.
Within reason, because the wrenches are always watching. Addison the wrench, Sonic the wrench, Mikey Awesome the wrench. Kendall's at school, so she's a wrench too.
She's a wrench, yeah.
Yeah.
There we
are.
Are
we taking applications yet for more wrenches? I don't think we need more wrenches, do we?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, CBW could be one. That guy's like, he's constantly informing us of different things all the time, different stories.
It's been on the air for 7 minutes. We got a roll here with Sports Grid. We'll give you guys a full hour and 30 minutes worth of shows here to give you guys.
Let's go.
All right. So we are good to go. Wow. That was incredibly stressful to get that done. That sucked. So that was, again, I can't put stuff on the screen today, guys. So I apologize. So that's my bad on that. So today it'll be a little bit of a different type of show today, but we MacGyvered this. We're back in. This is how we used to do the show. When we first started, when David was just me and Dave, this is how we used to do the show. We graduated to like the master's level class. This is the undergraduate type of show that we used to do, which is nothing fun on the screen and nothing, I don't watch the chat nearly as aggressively and everything else. So apologies out of the gate for that, but we're rolling. Okay. Remember, super chats are available. I'll try to get to them today if we can, because super chats can't get put on the screen.
Well, if anybody puts in a super chat, I will read it immediately.
Okay.
While we're doing this. Oh no, please stay with us, P-Roll. You're frozen. Your eyes are closed. Your mouth is open. You look like you just passed out. Snap your fingers. Oh, he's back. Oh,
not the day for me to freeze, please. I'm not interested in having this even more stress on all of this for us to get into. All right. So here's my question. Have you ever gone to the par 3 at the Masters?
I've never been to Georgia other than to fly through Atlanta or drive through on the way back up and down from Florida for spring break one time.
I had the privilege of watching Jack Arnold and Gary Player play the par 3 together for the last time. And I walked
there that day.
Yeah, I was there that day. So I walked all of them. I walked that, and I had a chance to see them play. And it was, you don't understand what Augusta National is until you walk the course. TV does it no justice. Like, it is unbelievably hilly. Like, it is like straight up, straight down. The shot making is so incredible. It's just one of the most serene and picture perfect places I've ever been to in my entire life. And it was like a religious experience for me walking through it. It was just like, I'm on Augusta's grounds. Like, I'm on Bobby Jones's course. Like, I'm walking, I'm seeing this shot. I know you just see ghosts. You just see different shots. You go and stand where Phil hit that crazy shot out of the pine straw. And you go ahead and look at Tiger and the chip in on 12, and you just go and you just walk it, and you see all the flowers and everything is immaculate. Every single grass is in the perfect spot. It's such a cool thing. And the par 3 today is, it's a little wonky. It's a little different. 5-year-old kids.
Wonky Wednesday. Everything's wonky today.
They're rolling around, but like the fact that you can buy a pimento and cheese sandwich for $2 is so cool. Like,
sounds gross.
It's not bad. I mean, you gotta like pimento cheese, obviously, but it's not bad. Hot dogs are $1.25. They're not, there's some very, stuffy things about Augusta, but there's also some very cool things about Augusta and how they do it. And, I've never been to a Sunday at the Masters. That is a bucket list thing for me to do. TJ is going. My other friend, TJ, my Alabama friend, TJ.
Oh,
will be there Sunday to watch
you got
this.
2 TJs?
2, yeah. Chicago TJ. They're my phone is Chicago TJ and Alabama TJ. So I know which one's
okay.
I know which one.
Saw Chicago TJ.
Just saw Chicago TJ. Bama TJ goes back to 2001. So I've been with Bama TJ.
Yeah, we got to get Bama TJ on the show at some point.
He's more than welcome. He's more than welcome to come on in and be a part of it, especially because, well, he's got, if Nate Oates stays, he'll have a decent run to kind of go into it. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Alabama TJ even watch basketball?
He does now because he's a Bama fan. So Bama fans are now all basketball fans. They could care less about basketball about 20 years ago. Now they're all big basketball fans. One Final Four can do that, right? Can change things and make you much more adapt to watching basketball. Basketball used to be the sport you watched between football and baseball. That was just the one that got you through. Because Bama baseball, as we know. Well,
nothing to sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at. That's decent year, decent. So, I mean, this is
Have you
always
been outside yet today in Vegas?
Yeah, to drop off my daughter. Yes, I have been outside.
Did the allergies hit you?
Nope. Went to the gym. Nope. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. Not me.
Pollen in the air here.
Yeah, it's a lot. There is definitely. Whenever I get to my car and I got to use the windshield wipers to clear off the pollen, it's bad.
Thank you, boys and girls in the chat, for saying God bless you. Yeah, I had an appointment this morning and was outside. I'm like, what's going on? My eyes are killing me.
Tony Finau's ankle dislocating in the par 3 tournament might be one of the more iconic moments of that entire thing. Remember he did that?
Very memorable.
He jumped up and the thing just went like crack.
Sideways.
That was brutal.
Sideways.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? It was snapped it. Yep. But he, I don't know. I mean, we'll get to the markets here in a second about the tournament and guys we like and players who may want to look at backing in ways of betting the Masters. And it's the most bet golf tournament of the year.
Yep.
Everyone is jacking up and down about it, going, let's go.
Everybody is what? Everybody is jacking up and down.
You never heard that term?
You said it.
Yes.
Not me.
I didn't say the off part of it. I just said jacking up and down.
3 letters made a very big difference in that sentence.
A totally different sentence.
Completely different. We're never getting off late night. Just for the record.
Yes.
That's okay.
That's okay. But that's what people are all excited about. You sit in your seat and jack up and down. You're all excited. People get all excited.
I have nothing right now. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying my best. You said it, not me.
You never heard that term? Maybe that's a Southern term. I don't know. I pick up
Southern.
Yeah, who knows? I have so many things I'll say that Madeline will go like, "What the hell did you just say?" Because I got it in the South, or I got it in the Midwest, or I got it from some part of the country I was living in. It's not from the Southwest or the East or the Northeast.
I think you just made that up on the spot.
I did not make that up. That is something you never seen someone like a kid when your kid's really excited, sitting in his seat, getting ready for a game or going to a game or going to a music park or driving to a concert or something. They're all excited.
You're jacked up.
But jacking up and down. It's the same thing.
It's not. It's not. That is not.
It's the same way of describing the action that you're talking about. Again, you put the off in there. It's a whole different conversation.
That's a completely different conversation.
It's a completely different description.
Completely different.
Not even.
What are we doing? Stay focused.
Jacked up on Mountain Dew? Sure. Well, Kevin, I didn't say what part of the South. If Kevin saying I'm from Mississippi, I never heard that. I didn't say what part of the South. There's all sorts of terminology in your state that's very awkward and weird too. So, you go to Alabama, South Carolina, Mississippi. They all have their own ways of describing things. So, all right, let's talk to basketball. What happened last night?
Let's start. Chat if they're jacked up if they're jacked for the Masters.
There's a jacking up and down. I said.
Again, you keep saying it. You're testing everything. The feed is still working.
Who am I testing exactly in this world? Who am I testing besides me and you? Who am I testing?
Are you jacked up? Ciramello's so jacked up.
Let's go.
He just said it in the chat. Put it in the chat if you're jacked up today, boys.
I'm just glad we're on the
You're
air.
jacking up and down. What the hell that means? I never heard that before in my life.
Golden State set a record last night for 3-point shooting percentage against the Lakers.
They were jacking them up.
26 of 41, 63.4%. That's a record for a team that made 43-point attempts in a game, hitting 63.4%. Was that the Lakers or that the Warriors? Because my question is, how dangerous could the Warriors be in the playoffs? Because they're going to be in the play-in, but if they shoot like this, I mean, that's you got to remind me.
Remind me again who they played. Who the Warriors played last night?
The Lakers.
I'm more worried about the Lakers making a one-game exit.
Yeah, true. But I mean, the Warriors are a team, like, we have to remind ourselves that it's still Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Like, they might be bad, but it's still Klay Thompson. Like, they're not deep, they're not great, but every once in a while, if they lock in and go nuclear, they can beat anybody. I mean, I don't care what team you're playing. You shoot 63% from three, you're going to beat anybody.
8-1 in their last 9.
Yeah.
Playing the right way at the right time. Of course, they got to be considered dangerous. They got to get through this playing. You think Minnesota wants to see this team? You think OKC wants to see this team? Denver, the last thing they need to see is this team.
Fair point.
Right? Going, we don't need this in the first round. This is going to be, I mean, they're coming from the bottom. Like Drake
with
said,
nothing to lose.
From the bottom, now we're here. Nobody wants that. When they were up top, you kind of knew.
So they're 21-1
on top or on the bottom. Everybody has their own preferences. I mean, it's either way. What you said about the jacking? All I said was up or down, top or bottom. What do you prefer? Jeez, come on. Why are you getting red? Why are you getting red? Keep it together. I love when you pull your hat down like we can't see you.
There's like five different innuendos wrapped up in that one.
Who said what? I was talking about the standings.
It's like, what part of the country are we in? Are we in Provincetown or are we in Vegas? Because they both mean very different things in terms of what you just said. What? Oh my goodness gracious.
The 8th seed or the 1 seed? There's a big difference. One's at the top, one's at the bottom.
And people like to be where? And do what?
I'm good either way. I don't mind.
I don't need to know that.
I don't mind. I'm just being honest. I just like to be in the game.
Amen to that, right?
As long as I make the playoffs, I'm good. Put me at the bottom. We can play, coach. Put me on the top and let me work.
Poor Will. Yeah, I agree. Poor Will.
What do you mean? I didn't even say nothing. Will, I ain't even got nothing to do right now. Poor Will. He ain't even know.
Oh
He's gonna
my
be laughing
God.
the whole time. Will,
That's
if
too
you're
good.
watching, get in the chat. Say hello.
That's too much.
Come on.
Anyways, on to the Warriors. They're 21-1 to win the West.
Worthy of a bet?
I mean, if you play, like, you've got me in this mode now because it was about Illinois and playing the 6-1 on Illinois. I didn't play it, but then I played the NC State one at 14-1, and that hit. So the idea of saying, okay, I'm not going to bet them to win a series, bet them to win the whole damn thing. Bet them win the West and then play off of it once you take that position.
Well, exactly. I think it's worthy of, if you think they're going to win the play-in, like they're going to get into the regular playoffs, it's going to be totally dependent on the matchup, right? Where they become, they're a dog
to everybody. They're a dog to everybody. Everybody.
Okay.
Anyone they play, anyone they play 1, 2, 3. The biggest fear factor I would have if I'm a Timberwolves fan or OKC fan is Denver can handle them. But if it's not Denver, it's one of the kid teams. Like you're playing a multiple championship Hall of Fame roster.
Right.
You're going to, I mean, Draymond Green went 4 for 4 from 3 last night. Like,
yeah,
if you face that team with their backs against the wall and you don't have much experience in the postseason and you're going up against Steve Kerr, I'm not comfortable at all, but I think they will be small dogs.
But they'll flip to a favorite in any series if they split the first 2 games.
Okay.
I don't think
take
there's,
take home court. Yeah.
I don't know, so you'll have an opportunity to fix whatever you want if you
Yeah.
if you want the plus on the other side. I mean, you can wait and bet them in the series, but you're getting a really good price that if they win the first series, it's chopped in half.
Yeah.
Like if they get through the first series, there's only 4 teams left to win the West. You're super live.
Yeah, they're dangerous. I mean, the Warriors are dangerous. I know, again, depth is a problem. Rebounding is a problem. But when you go into the playoffs and you're not playing every night and the games are spaced out and you know the rhythm and you've been there before and you know what it takes to win and you're playing a team that has never done it before, sometimes ignorance is bliss. Other times experience really matters. And this is one of those cases where I would be very concerned about anyone except Denver. I mean, I would remove Denver, but OKC down, I would be concerned about it if I had to play the Warriors.
So you're talking about knowing the rhythm.
Yep.
And like we could think, I can't get my mind off of being on top or on the bottom.
Which rhythm are we talking about now, Dave?
That's what I'm saying.
Our friend James Simmons.
I'm not talking about Santor. That's on Friday. That's when rhythm is on Friday. We're talking about a different rhythm right now.
They're spelled differently too, by the way.
Definitely, there's a Y in another rhythm.
There's 2 different rhythm methods.
Yes. So I've heard. About the rhythm. Everybody got a little rhythm in them. Yep.
I don't really have rhythm. I never really. No, not really. I mean, I've got like I can play the drums a little bit. I can, but like, I was not the most acrobatic dancer of the world. So I can move, but I do the white man staple your feet to the floor dance stuff.
I said, as long as you can fake it good enough to make it, that's fine. But
in most things,
there's times when you got to have a little bit of movement in your hips.
True. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's good to have that rhythm. I think any team right now, when you look at the West, would it surprise you to have any one of the 8 win the West? Minnesota wins the West. OKC wins the West. Denver wins the West. Stop me when I get to a surprise.
Everyone except Denver is a surprise to me.
Everything other than Denver?
Yeah. Everyone but Denver winning the West would surprise me.
Wow.
Denver's the best team in the West. And by a ways.
Okay.
I don't think there's much of a. I think Denver's the best team in basketball. I think Denver is going to be the most difficult out if healthy. If they get hurt, if someone gets hurt seriously, if Murray is out or if they lose Jokic for games, but if they are healthy, I have a really hard time seeing the Denver Nuggets getting bounced by anybody.
Well, I mean, a guy can get hurt like Giannis did last night.
Yeah, so that's the question, right? So it's like what happened? Giannis hurts his calf. We're going to go to the medical portion of the show again, Dave, because this is the injury. This is my favorite injury. This is my favorite of all basketball injuries.
Dark classes. We're going to have our own medical portion of the show in best thing and favorite thing about today.
This is my favorite injury because everyone tries to be, including myself, your sit down and I know what I'm talking about expert on a calf injury. But the problem with a calf injury is that, and this is factually known, I'm not a doctor, but the human body, we don't know where the calf starts and the Achilles ends. We don't know that.
Hold on a second. There's machines and things that can take a picture to see where it ends. No?
We do not know how the actual end of the Achilles and the calf. It happened with Kevin Durant. When Kevin Durant, they said it was a calf injury. It was a calf injury. And then he ripped the damn thing and it snapped his Achilles. Because he was playing on it. He had a slightly torn Achilles and then it fully ripped. So Giannis last night can't put any pressure on it. And everyone's saying, it's okay. It's only a calf injury. It's not an actual Achilles. But it depends upon how far down the calf that injury occurred. Where
I would kill for you to have a medical drawing right now to actually point and talk to.
Because if it's low, right? If it's a lower part in the
back to the low and the highs here on the bottom or the top, are we talking again?
And this
on
part,
the bottom of what? The calf?
This one, you want it to be high. On the bottom of a part of the calf is no bueno. That's not good. The closer you get to the Achilles, the more dangerous this injury becomes as to being an actual Achilles injury and not a calf injury. And if Giannis has an Achilles injury, the Bucks are toast. And if he comes back too quickly, but this is 1 to 2 weeks, didn't look like 1 to 2 weeks last night.
Look bad.
Couldn't put any weight on the ankle when he was walking off the court.
Bad.
So now it's like this, circle the wagons. We're going to lie as much as possible because the Bucks are going to lie like crazy because Doc Rivers is now 16-17 after killing Boston last night. He needs, this is perfect for Doc. Doc might keep his job. If Giannis gets hurt, it's like, what do you want me to do? Giannis got hurt. Not my fault.
Paging Dr. Peralt. This is the medical portion of the show. Jimmy Jack, I had no idea with 4Ks. He just said your Achilles muscle turns into your soleus.
Okay.
One of the two calf muscles. And then, wow, someone else said in the chat that you're right. This is correct.
See? Sometimes I know something I'm talking about. Not always, but sometimes. So this is the problem when it comes to these injuries. So whenever you hear
they're not just saying that it's a calf thing and they know it's the Achilles. They genuinely don't know. This is
when a basketball player injures his calf, they don't know. They just call it a calf injury because by calling it an Achilles injury, it sets off nuclear warhead type warnings. Like everyone's freaking out. It's DEFCON 5. Oh my God, we're in trouble. Or which is worse, 1 or 5? One's worse than 5? I always get that confused.
DEFCON 5 is the worst.
I thought DEFCON 1 was the first. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Chat. Tell them
I'm asking
in the chat.
Are you sure?
DEFCON 5 is level the worst.
Okay. All right, so I said it right.
DEFCON 1, that means you starts. DEFCON 2 gets a little warmer, gets a little crazy.
Yeah, 5 is bad. So if Giannis has an Achilles injury, the books have to adjust everything. The books have to sit there and
Nate S just came in and said 5 is the worst.
Okay, thank you. So I said it right. So if it is an Achilles, if they say he has hurt his Achilles tendon, you're going to see line movement. People are going to move numbers because of this. If it's a calf injury, it's a 1 to 2 week strain, and don't worry about it. We'll see you in the playoffs. So, but it's the same injury. It's the same injury, totally different spin. This is a news reporting. This is all about messaging now. This is like in the government when they're going to tell you something that's really bad, but they're going to package it to make you feel better. And they're going to package it up by saying, it's a calf injury. It's a calf injury, guys. It's not serious. Don't freak out. He'll be okay. Didn't look simple last night. Didn't look easy last night. Looked like he really was hurt last night.
Looked bad.
So
immediately thought,
yep, goodbye. Bucks are done.
Yeah, you know what that meant, though.
Pour on the Celtics?
Break out one of these.
What do you mean? I'm so not worried. The Sixers, I hope.
Buckets, baby!
We got to play Philadelphia.
Buckets! Sixers! 10-9-8 76ers.
Oh,
I thought,
we just got news, by the way. We'll be joined by our friend Ricky from Juice Reel tomorrow. Look at that.
Oh, Ricky?
Juice Reel Thursdays coming in. Doing that tomorrow. Starting that tomorrow. That's exciting. Okay. So that's good.
Great.
He's watching the show right now. He just
Hi, Ricky.
He just sent a message over and said, "Talk to you guys tomorrow."
Well, that's fantastic.
Good stuff. That's great.
Thursday.
So I think if you're, this is why I don't bet the NBA future market until we get to the playoffs, because a lot can change, obviously. But
the positions are up for grabs so much.
Well, the Bucks might get caught. The crazy thing about the Bucks is they might get caught. They're not like you say,
into the 2.
No, they're not by any means. Boston has it locked up, but that's it. That's the only seeding set in the Eastern Conference is Boston with the 1. So now we got all these different things going on, and I'm going to be so curious to see what happens now. Do the Bucks just punt on the regular season and say, "Hey, we're going to get ready for the playoffs, but we don't care the seed," because they can't make the play-in. So they're going to be one of the top 6 seeds.
I don't know if you physically punt, but you go, Giannis, you ain't touching the court until playoffs.
Right.
Like nothing. So we know. because it's all that matters at this point, whether they come out of the 2 or the 3. Again, closer to the top is better. Down at the bottom works for some people too. It might work for the Bucks. I don't know.
Milwaukee is 48-31. The Knicks are 47-32.
Ooh.
The Magic are 46-33.
So there's 3 games left.
Yep. 46-33 for the Cavaliers and 46-34.
33. That's 3 games left. Okay.
And
So
46
what's
and
the
34.
Bucks' remaining schedule?
The Bucks' remaining schedule, they play the Magic tonight
Tough game.
at home, at the Thunder.
The Magic are favored tonight, -2.
Yep, they should be.
Okay.
No, Giannis. And then they play at Orlando to end the year.
So wait, they got Orlando tonight, then who in between?
Orlando at OKC, Orlando on the road.
Not a good finishing point for them.
I mean, they
because
could get,
Orlando's playing to move up too.
right. So it's not
Oh boy.
it's not a sure thing. They're the 2 seed. I mean, the Knicks are very live. They're 1 game back in the loss column, although Milwaukee does hold the tiebreaker on the Knicks. So if they tie, Milwaukee will get it.
Huh. Chad, say hello to Ricky, and he's going to be joining us tomorrow. Say hello in the chat if you can. Say hi to Ricky.
Is he in the chat? Or is he just
told me he was
watching?
in the chat. Oh,
I say he's watching. I didn't say he was in the chat.
oh. All right.
Sorry.
Well, tell everybody say hi to Ricky.
Hi, Ricky. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
say
We'll
hi,
see.
Ricky.
We'll see Ricky tomorrow. We'll
See
let
Ricky.
everyone know more about Ricky coming up tomorrow. So we'll watch that. All right, John Calipari officially introduced as the new head coach of Arkansas. He's making less money at Arkansas than he was at Kentucky.
Cost of living.
Fayetteville to Lexington's a big difference.
Well, yes.
Really?
I love when they tell you that when you get a new job somewhere.
Oh,
Cost of living. Cost of living? I'm doing the same. Sorry, Will. I'm doing the same fucking job.
Yep.
What do you mean, cost of living?
It's cheaper here.
Yeah.
There is some truth to it in certain parts of the country,
What?
but it is. It's true. I mean, I've lived there. Trust me. I mean, me living in Alabama versus living in Massachusetts were very different circumstances in terms of cost. So there is something to it. But I agree with you when it comes to negotiations.
Calipari.
$1.5 million less. He was making 8.5 at Kentucky. He's making $7 million now at Arkansas.
Not bad for the fallback job.
Right? Considering he would have been, his new employer would have to buy it out. He had a $35 million buyout. That's not there.
Damn.
Not there anymore. So he gets out of that.
Thank you, Will. Will's in the chat. He said Dave swears first was plus 150.
Hi, Will.
Cash it, Will.
Why were you a dog? You should have been favored there.
Not today.
Not today.
No, after all that dismay in the morning, like
Yeah, true. Fine.
I thought for sure you were going to be first to swear. That was a good line. You minus 160.
True. Fair.
We use 10-cent lines here. We're actually
We
a
do.
book.
Yeah. No one else does that.
Yeah.
Do you think he wins at Arkansas?
I asked you this yesterday. He got to get the players. You told me he got a bag. He's
He
getting
does.
a bag to pay these people to come down there.
He does. He needs to show he can still coach, though. I know he
No,
can
he
recruit. I know he can recruit. He's got to show. He's got to show he can still coach.
You're going to have to just get the kids down there. Number one, don't matter if he can coach or not. Right now, his coaching is secondary.
Oh,
How you going to get these? How you going to get these kids that are like thinking, I don't know. Well, I'm going to go play for Coach Cal. Where? Fayetteville, Arkansas.
mm.
Oh, remember when they were good? Yeah, Nolan Richardson. Right? 40 minutes of hell. That's what they used to say. That's a long time ago. Kids, Google it. I remember when Arkansas was good.
Did
Who's
you
your
play
favorite?
basketball in the press era?
Who's your favorite Arkansas basketball player of all time? I got
Oh,
one.
my.
Immediately comes to mind.
I don't know. Who's yours?
Corliss Williamson.
Okay. I mean, I don't know many more
That
other
dude
than
was a
that.
beast.
I mean, I know Nolan Richardson because every AAU team in Massachusetts incorporated his 40 minutes of hell.
Yeah.
Like all we did was press. Like
Right.
literally we just pressed for the entire game. That's my AAU team. That's all we did. We ran at practice and we practiced 1 press break and 2 press. Like that was the game then in the mid 90s. It wasn't shooting threes. It was turning the ball over. It's
Correct.
just, what what I love about defense, but turning the ball over in order to create offensive opportunities.
Yes.
It is the sport of basketball. It is always remarkable. And I was listening to, which game was I watching last night? I think it was the Warriors game. And somebody said, like, there's 8 players on the court here tonight that are all going to be in Springfield. And I always got to stop myself and be like, the Basketball Hall of Fame is in Springfield, Mass. It's always very strange to me that
You've never been?
I've been there multiple times.
Oh,
I've been there a ton, but it's just strange that it's in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's such a weird place to have the Basketball Hall of Fame because it's not like people in Massachusetts. We love the fact that that basketball was created in Western Mass, but the game is so different than the game in which we all played. Like the game has changed in such incredible ways. And it's a testament to the actual sport itself as to how many different iterations we've seen. Because, like I said, in the 90s, it was about we were there to push tempo, play fast, turn you over, and score layups. Like that was everyone talked about easy buckets. Take shots in the, around the rim, take shots in the key, right? Get to the foul line, get fouled. That's what we practiced over and over and over again. And that doesn't happen anymore. Now it's literally all about either a dunk, layup, or a 3. And there's no more get to the lane. There's no more get to the foul line. There's no more turning the basketball over. I really wonder, are we going to see a change to that at some point where it's ripe for someone to bring back that 40 minutes of hell if you do it right?
It's a hard sell, though.
It is.
It's a hard sell to the kids. Look, you're going to come here. You're going to have to run until you throw up every day, until you stop throwing up. Because the condition you have to be in to execute this style of offense and defense is very hard. There's no sitting back in a zone. We're never sitting back in a zone. We're always up in somebody's face. Full length of the court.
Gino Auriemma said this to his team. I was watching a speech of his that he gave, and he goes, we don't expect effort. No, he said, we don't teach you effort. We expect it. It's why you're here.
Right.
Winners don't get tired. He said, you get tired, you're not a winner. I'm not worried about, if I have to worry about whether or not you're tired, you shouldn't be here. Which I was like, that's awesome. I was like, that's yes, 100%. So my answer to you on that point would be get in shape, get ready. I shouldn't have to worry about you getting tired playing 40 minutes of extreme up tempo back and forth basketball.
No, absolutely not. I mean, but that used to be, that's what they were selling. That's what people were buying, and that's what was working when they did it. Guys in the chat put all the old guys in the chat. Not everybody's old in the chat. There's young guys in there too, but no one can remember anyone from Arkansas other than Sidney Moncrief.
Yep.
Scotty Thurman.
Scotty Thurman.
Williamson. Yep. Gary Fleiss Williamson is the only one I can think of. Use the Google machine, boys. Come up with a couple other ones. Arkansas basketball, is it back? I mean, like we talked about it yesterday. They're going to win the SEC?
No, not yet. I mean, the SEC was really good. It's really good last year. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of things to be
Who's
shaken.
Going to Kentucky?
Well, how good's the job? That's the question.
I've been asking this question for years.
How good is the Kentucky
they
job?
Tell you it's good.
Well, no, look, the compensation's extreme.
Tremendous.
It's tremendous. You're going to get paid a ton of money. You're going to play in front of 21,000 fans every night.
Yeah.
You're going to play in front of a rabid fan base that will watch each and every move you make. They will be on top of you. So you have to be comfortable with the fact that your life is no longer your own. You're now the face of a monster fan base and a monster institution in college basketball. But I was watching First Take today, not to steal their stuff, but Chris Russo, who is my idol, like literally, I am in this business because of Mad Dog, tried to say that Gonzaga is a top 5 job in college basketball and did not have Kentucky on the list for the top 5 jobs in college basketball. I was at the gym and I stopped what I was doing. I looked up the screen. I went, he's not trying. I was like, oh my God, he is. He's trying to put Gonzaga over Kentucky. I was like, Chris, you ever been to Spokane, Washington? Like, what are we talking about? That's not even.
I mean, what? Based on what?
Based on everything.
When they have these rankings of top. Like,
it was the best 5. It was the best 5 jobs in college basketball. North Carolina was his number 1.
Okay, why?
History, prestige, money, recruiting, TV. everything. But Gonzaga?
Was Duke on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was North Carolina, Texas.
Texas.
Yep, Texas.
Texas. It was
I
so
was
good the Shaka left from Marquette.
UConn was on the list.
Well,
And
yeah,
then there was somebody
UConn
else.
is tremendous, you would think, but they're trying to
I
gas
don't think it was
early
Duke. It
for
might have
them
been
to go
Duke.
to
I don't think
Kentucky.
it was Duke. It might have been Duke. But I was so confused by it. I was like, well, what? Like, there's no way. Spokane, Washington is so hard to get to.
Who cares?
It matters when you're recruiting kids. It matters.
It matters if you
Yes.
pay.
Yes, it matters. It matters where you go. How
You
often
show
you
up.
How often are you on national TV? How often are you a name?
Gonzaga's on all the time.
Gonzaga? No, Gonzaga in the
play
non-conference.
those out of conference.
Yes, non-conference. The second they get to the conference, they're on ESPN2 at 10 p.m. Pacific. They're on late.
Game is available via streaming. I don't know if that's the pitch anymore. You ask these parents and these kids. The coaches are saying it. They don't care about all that anymore. How much you paying me?
You think Gonzaga can outpay Kentucky? No way.
I think so, but I
No
don't
way.
know.
Not even close. No, not even in the same hemisphere. It's not even the same. It's totally different. Just the revenue alone from basketball and the revenue from your conference is not even in the same conversation. Like, I don't know how you get to Gonzaga being a top 5 job in college basketball. Mark Few's made a really good job, but Creighton's a better job than what they've got in Spokane. It is. Creighton's a better job. Creighton's a better job. It's a similar size school. It's in a better market. You have the most millionaires per capita in the country in Omaha, Nebraska. Nobody wants to know that, but that's the fact. So, I mean, you got big money people who throw big money at the kids. They got a big NIL pool to grab at. They're in the Big East. They're in a much better conference. Every game on national
people
TV.
In there right now in the chat. Ask them. Can you do a poll?
Yeah.
You sure? It's not going to take the stream down?
Nope. We're good.
Better job. Gonzaga, Creighton, college basketball. I just like to tell you sometimes how sometimes I think you're biased. I don't know. Creighton's the 3rd best team in the conference, and they got to play UConn.
Yeah, I didn't say in terms of like
Gonzaga
success.
wins.
Hold on. I understand this.
They're isolated up there. They're getting a good education on top of it
Dave,
all.
they
go
get
to the
more.
tournament
They
every
have
year.
to go out of the. They go off the continent for most of their players. Think about it. It works, but they got to go to Australia to get tons of their players. They're going to Eastern Europe to get their players. Creighton's got 5-star kids in Omaha that die.
What do they stay? 1 year, 2 years? They leave.
Well, it depends upon now and transfer report and whatnot. But like you get to recruit Chicago, New York City, and Kansas City at Creighton. You get to recruit 3. You get to recruit Seattle if you're Gonzaga, if you want to go local. And it's a hard sell because Washington, if you're good, you're going to Washington. You're not going to Gonzaga. Yes. The money is totally different. The NIL money is totally different. I mean, Washington's it's a major market with major
not part of the Big Ten. That's a lot of travel.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. They just played for the national championship in football. They got tons of money to throw around. I mean, it's 2 basketball-centric programs. The Jays have bigger attendance. They have a bigger market. They have more places to recruit to. They have more NIL money. Now, Mark Few, because Mark Few's a better coach than Coach McDermott. Okay, that's fine. You can say that he's a better tournament.
I love Coach McDermott. I don't even know him. You know him.
But it is what it is. But I just think there's a lot of interesting things that have gone on in college basketball where people, I think, are overvaluing Gonzaga just because of what Mark Few has done. If Mark Few leaves, here's the end all be all. If Mark Few leaves Gonzaga, what happens? Where's that program go?
I don't know.
Because Dana Altman left Creighton and it went up. And Dana Altman went to a Final Four with Oregon. Shows you how good of a coach he is.
Okay.
So the coach that put Creighton on the map, Dana Altman, left. The next guy came in and took it up. I don't think that happens to Gonzaga unless they're in a bigger conference. Now, Coach Mack got the Big East, so that's what happened. That's why they can recruit 5 stars and they can recruit big-time players now. Gonzaga needs to join a conference. They're trying to join the Big 12. They've tried like 3 times to be part of the Big 12, and they can't get it done. They can't find their way through. So it's going to be
up 4-2.
Good.
6. Just a quick update.
Good on that. One football story. Speaking of Philly.
Yep.
Packers Eagles week 1 in Brazil.
Any football story, fire the Brigade Proxy Service stinger. as a
Watch your
reminder
ears.
to everybody that football season is in September.
In September.
Yes.
Yes, but we're not in September.
No, I know, but it's a football story. We got to talk about the Brigade Proxy Service brought to you by us, Brigade Proxy.
I got you.
Whoa.
I just like watching you.
Don't scare me. I was trying to be, I was prepared for that, actually. Didn't scare me as much. No. So explain this story to the people, please.
The Philadelphia Eagles will start this season in Brazil in week 1. It's a home game for Philadelphia. They lose a home game, and they must go play in Brazil.
On a Friday.
On a Friday. I don't like any of this.
Why are we starting the NFL season on a Friday, sir?
Because they want to own everything, including taking over high school football's day. I mean, they already stole Christmas from the NBA. They're going to steal, they stole Saturdays in December from college football bowl games. And now they're going to steal Friday from high school football.
Man,
they just want it all. They just won't stop taking every opportunity they have to step on everyone else's day. They want to be all encompassing on everything. And I don't like it personally, but I really don't like.
Is this the first game of the year of the whole season, or is there a game on the Thursday too?
I believe.
I honestly don't know.
No, I don't think I think the Thursday opener is gone. This is the Friday opener in Brazil. So there's no Thursday, just Friday.
I don't know. There is a game on Thursday.
Johnny there is.
Says.
Okay. I mean, we don't have the schedule yet, so.
Okay. Nikki Caramello, future producer of the show.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a game on Thursday.
Okay. So then
KC
Friday
versus TBD.
Yeah, one night after the traditional opener with the defending champs, the Chiefs, will play. We'll see who they're playing. First time since 1970, the NFL will play a game on Friday night.
That's the year I was born.
There you go.
1970. Hell of a year. Last time. It was a really good idea 53 years ago. What are we doing? Why? Do we need this?
They do. I mean, I guess. I mean, they do. The NFL
needs it?
The NFL wants to be global, and they always have to keep on, telling their investors and their sponsors more and more and more. I just don't get why Brazil is the word. I mean, I get London. Okay, I do. I get London. Don't get Brazil.
So Roger Long, God bless you, sir. I looked down in the chat. Just happened to catch yours right now. There's a Brazil, Indiana, half hour east of Terre Haute. We usually have to clarify.
I'm going to Brazil, Indiana. I don't know, man. Like I just don't get it. I don't get the idea. Why? I think it has a lot to do with the NFL just desires to become soccer. Like they want to be the Premier League. They want to be global. They want to have fans in every corner of the world. They want to have fans.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
There's someone named Amanda in the chat.
No,
Amanda's in the chat?
Is she really?
Amanda? The Amanda?
Well, only if she didn't change her name.
It just says Amanda.
That's all it says is Amanda. She changed her name. Because I told her to use Sports Talk Amanda.
Too soon. Too soon.
Why is that too soon?
She's right. Too soon. Amanda. Welcome to the chat.
Be nice, everyone. Be nice.
Boys.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Be
That's
nice.
the Amanda.
It's very nice.
Confirm? It's not coincidence.
No, I can confirm that. That's her. Yes.
Well, hello,
there you go.
Amanda.
There we go. That's great. I'm glad she's in there. That's exciting.
Watching the show live. Happy belated.
She watches the show all the time. Like she's
live?
one of our. Yes, live. She watches the show. She's been stalking the show for a long time. Like she talks to me about topics, what we bring up, and like she stalks the show a lot. So she told me today.
Hopefully, we'll stay for the favorite thing about today.
Oh no!
Help and chime in a little bit with that. I'm telling you, I could use some female advice and things and stuff.
Well, I mean, she hasn't had that done, so I don't know how she can help you. But
I don't know. That's fine. I just needed to understand it. I understand it now a little bit more.
You do?
No.
I could say what? I don't think you do, because I'm not sure I do.
No. I did see a pregnant woman today and asked her when she was due. And she said May.
Why? You never do that, right?
We're friends.
You-
She runs the Omelet Cafe. So I said, geez,
You're sure she's pregnant?
she's due in May.
Okay.
So of course I know she's pregnant. We've talked about this. And I said, how do you feel? She said, I'm tired and this and that. And I said, well, stay on your feet as long as you can. That's good. You know, the docs say stay on your feet as long as you can.
Okay.
And she said, but my hands are swollen, my back hurts. And
how is Amanda going to help you with this?
I don't even know.
How is she going to help you with this?
That was at the appointment today.
We'll get to it. The favorite thing about
We
today,
will.
but
I asked this woman, and she said, you know, if you guys had to do this, I said, I'll finish your sentence for you. If guys had to do this, there would be no siblings. Everybody would be our only child because you can fool us once. We would not do it again. I don't think. They're tougher than us. They're strong.
There's absolutely no debating they're tougher than us.
Oh,
there's no debate. It's not even a question. Like, no, it's not even like I love the argument. I'm like, men are tougher than women. I'm like, I don't agree with that at all. We were stronger physically, but we're not tougher.
Right.
No way. There's no way. I mean, again, we probably never
happened to them on a monthly basis would put us on the shelf for 4 days at a time.
Yeah.
Think about when you get the sniffles. I don't feel good. Oh,
you've gone through this.
Done.
You've gone through with $2. It's soon to be a third. I never have. So I'm I'm going to enter into that part of the world that I do not know what to do. Like I'm literally dreading every day going, how am I going to deal with this when this happens?
The things that you got to explain. I literally,
I don't have that body part. Like I don't understand it. So I can't help you. I don't have it.
I deferred it all. I said, listen, this is the one department that I cannot help you with.
Yep.
I do anything for you. I still don't understand how this works. I learned about the wings, the non-wings, the heavy flow, all that stuff. I don't know how any of it works. I learned more about that today at the appointment. I asked a specific question, and my wife did what you did.
Yep.
When we went outside, she said, I can't believe you asked that. I said, I need to know.
We don't know. We don't have any. There is nothing we can do to say, well, I wonder when or if or how, because it will never happen to us. So we have no clue, no reference point of anything.
None of it.
For that. So we don't know. Like we simply, and so I've told my daughter that. I was like, you're going to have to help me because if this happens on my watch, I have no idea what I'm doing. So just FYI, I'm going to need you to help me. If this goes, you get in trouble, like I'm going to need some help here because I don't look for me because
she could call Jessica.
Yeah.
You know that.
I might need to call Jess. Jess, help, please.
Yes, yeah. Come over here.
We need to get going. So
yeah, come over here now.
So okay. Nice. Are you reading everything to Amanda? You're watching the chat. What are you seeing for Amanda? What she's writing?
I'm not.
Okay.
I missed
the way you're staring at your phone. I'm like, what are you watching? Because it's not on my main screen today. So normally I would have put Amanda on the screen, but I can't today. So it's kind of actually smart of her to go do it today because I can't put her stuff on the.
No, she said, "What's up, Dave?" But no, Roger just got me again.
What did Roger say?
That said, these keys aren't sticking. I don't know what happened. And he just typed that. And if you've watched the show enough about the sticky keys episode, that was one.
Where are we today? Where are we today?
We're here on Wednesday. It's April 10th. Where are you?
You know it's April when we're this loose. When it's just like there's no structure, there's no it's just we're out to lunch.
I'm happy we're on right now. I was worried we weren't even going to be on.
I didn't think we were going to be on either. I thought we were going to be off, but yeah, this is it's April when we get these stuff going on with it. So all right. The Orioles called up the number 1 prospect in baseball.
They did.
He is the son, not my son. He is the son of Matt Holliday. Jackson Holliday has been called up to the big leagues for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes.
This is being championed like Tiger playing his first PGA Tour event.
Extra.
Do we have any idea if this kid's any good? Other than just a prospect being good, but is he gonna is this the missing link for the Orioles this the bat they need to take them to win it all? Like, is the kid that good?
Based on everything you've seen, his draft position, he was the number 1 pick 2 years ago.
Yep.
His dad,
Right.
Matt Holiday.
Spent
Kids,
a year
if
and a
you
half
don't
in the
know who
minors.
Matt Holiday is, look
That's
him up.
Year and a half in the minors. That's it. He rocketed through the minors.
Let's go play. Kid can play. You put him in.
Yeah. Skiing's the same thing. Your pitcher's doing the same thing. These kids don't need to play. If they don't need to sit in the minors. If they can play, bring them up. Because they changed the collective bargaining agreement. So they've made it more, there's better incentives for teams to bring kids up quickly when they can play. It's
right.
Not hold off and wait. Like, don't start the clock, keep in the minors, don't start the free agency clock. They've all changed that now. So it's better to bring them up now. Like, if you can play, let's go. Let's go see what you can do. April call-ups are, that's rare though.
Right.
Because normally it would be out of spring training. You would say, go play a month in minors and then come back and see what you think. He spent 2 weeks at AAA and dominated.
Yeah, I think it can only help unless he completely just gets up and doesn't do anything.
Right.
You're adding a young kid who looks like he's going to fall in line with, the number 1 draft choices that they've had, right? Gunnar. What Nicky put in here. Oh, Adley was a number 1 pick. So was Gunnar Henderson.
Yep.
This team's coming together, Pepper. Things are coming together in Baltimore. No joke. But was this rushed because of the Yankees start? Does Baltimore go, hey, go get him now. Don't wait until May 1st. We don't care about the clock now. We got to, 2 weeks ago, they were the favorite to win a division. Baltimore was. After the Garrett Cole news, it flipped. Baltimore was minus money to win they're 3-1 now. It's 2 weeks in.
I don't know if it's a reaction to the Yankees. It's a good question because in a town like Baltimore that's been so starved for a winner with baseball for so long, that they are going to be rabbit ears when it comes to the Yankees and really anybody in the division. They're going to have rabbit ears. They're dogs today to Boston. They crushed the Red Sox yesterday and on opening day, but man, that Tim Wakefield ceremony, by the way, yesterday, I don't know if you saw that or not.
Did not see it. I did not.
As a girl dad, I lost it. I started sobbing. It was hard to watch. It was really moving, but really sad to think that she lost both her mom and her dad in the course of a year. And she went out there and fired her first pitch, and to see, Jason Varitek is being introduced as more of a father figure than a family friend, that he's now taken that role to help Tim Wakefield's kids is like, it was 20 years ago. It doesn't feel like it was 20 years ago, but it was 20 years ago that they won the World Series for the first time in 80, 100, whatever the hell, 86 years. So it's worth watching. You haven't seen it, go watch it. But for the Orioles, I think they are going to be, they're going to be tested early because they're no longer that team that everyone thinks might be good. Like, they're good.
Oh yeah, they're definitely already up.
Yeah, people like, you come to town, it's Baltimore. Oh, Baltimore's here. Like, who's coming to town. Like, this is not, you don't sneak up on anybody. The fan bases, the rival fan bases are going to show up to your games. They're coveted tickets. They want to see you play. They want to boo you and heckle you. Like, this is going to be a different world. And now you got a really young kid coming up, and let's see if he struggles. If he comes up and lights the world on fire, then the Orioles very well might have something crazy going in this season. So,
wow. One of the dear friends of the show, Jay Dow Betts, also Baltimore Oriole fan, just put in the chat. Here's his minor league stats.
It's dumb.
155 games, 323 average, 15 homers, 187 hits in 583 at bats, 451 on base percentage,
split between
948 OPS.
Split between high A, double A, and triple A.
He's 20.
Yes, he's very young. Yes, he's very young.
Woo!
Got pop
numbers. What are you going to do? Say keep riding the bus?
Have you seen his face? He looks like he's 10.
Yeah, he looks young.
He looks really young. Like, he's a baby.
But he's a stud. Physically, he's a stud. He's just like his dad. Remember seeing his dad the first time going, this guy looks like physical. specimen. He could play, and then boom, he could play.
Yep.
So this is big.
He's gonna play today. He's not gonna play today, is he?
I don't think so.
Yeah. At some point.
Well, I don't know.
Second base, shortstop. What's he gonna? I mean, what's he playing?
Let's see. Oh, it's Pick'em now. Did we talk last night? And that game was
Red Sox were favored.
It's Pick'em.
Money came out. I don't blame people betting the Orioles today.
No.
I mean, Boston's not going to score a lot of runs right now. They got to. The story news is pretty big. They got to figure out how to handle that bat being out of the lineup. So they got to go and address that. I would assume a trade's coming for Boston, but I don't know when. But I'm assuming at some point they're going to go try to get a bat.
Oh wow, he's starting today, batting ninth, playing second base. Thank you, Ciramello and Dave's Daily Picks.
And that's probably why. And that's probably why people bet Baltimore.
That's not why people bet Baltimore.
Yeah, kid's coming up. Watch him play. The clubhouse is going to be jacked.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I hope his dad's there.
Cutter Crawford. I'm sure his father's going to be there. First big league game for his kid. Hell yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, of course he's going to be there. Okay, we'll save the Iowa story for tomorrow because we got to be rolling here in a little bit. But let's talk about the Masters. So as we mentioned, the par 3 is today. Let's take a look at the field here. These are FanDuel odds in which FanDuel has put up here just as a basic before we start the Masters. Scotty Scheffler comes in at 4-1. Rory McIlroy 10-1. John Rahm 11-1. Xander Schauffele 14-1. Hideki Matsuyama 20-1. Brooks Koepka at 20-1. Jordan Spieth 22-1. Neiman 28. And then we go Bryson DeChambeau and up we go. What is your philosophy on betting, taking flyers on guys heading into the Masters?
Better to bet it is tough because it's such a small field.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the long shots aren't really there. Like there's not the same number of what's
happened so far on the PGA Tour is that these long shots have actually won.
Correct. But 44 in a row, major champions for Augusta have had at least one round of competitive golf at Augusta National. They've played the course before. So you have to play. The course knowledge is the most important thing for this tournament.
Yeah. What's Brady Cannon was on with us yesterday. He kept using the word debutante.
Mm-hmm.
That's someone making their debut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fade them all.
They don't win.
Fade them all. Yeah. Anybody who is a first timer, fade them. They're not winning this tournament.
So you cross off half the field.
Yeah. So it's names like it's Brooks. I mean, look.
This number, though, is a Tiger Woods number.
For whom?
Scheffler.
At 4-1?
That's incredible.
It's low.
Like, that's Tiger Woods' number. Before he was minus money. Like, by the time he got to the point where it just didn't matter, he was going to win or people were going to bet him and you had to make him even money.
Yeah. I remember he was even. I remember even money tournaments with Tiger for the majors. It was ridiculous. It was like, wait, he's even money? Yeah, he's even money to bet.
Wow. Fuzzy Zeller was the last time a first timer at Augusta won.
What year was that? 85?
CBW. What year was that? I don't know.
88? It was the 80s, right? It was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. It was the 80s. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't think you could take a flyer with the expectation that you hopefully will be live for the weekend. But when it gets to it, it is that experienced guy or somebody that it's so tough. Everybody, I'll never forget the Danny Willett. I've told that story before.
Right.
Danny Willett was one of the craziest weekends we ever had in the book. There was a bunch of us. A couple guys got on it early, 200-1, big money. And, I was a little bit late at 80. I couldn't even work on Sunday. I was at the book. I'm like, we got to go. Somebody got to get it. I ain't staying. I had to go watch it by myself. Couldn't it was stressful as hell. Being live Sunday at the Masters is electric. But that's why I think, I don't know, you want somebody more than 20-1?
No, let's do this. You take one, I take one. I'll take Brooks.
All right. So of that list right there.
Yeah, take some on this list and see what they do. I'll take Brooks at 20-1.
Oh, I thought we were picking teams.
What do you mean teams?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 5, I get 5. You get first pick. You taking Brooks?
Yeah, I'll take Brooks.
All right, I'll take Scheffler. Go.
I'll take Rahm.
That's what I was going to take. I'll take Matsuyama.
Give me Rory.
You can have him.
Yep.
I'll reluctantly take Xander.
Oh, they're going to take Spieth. Nobody wants Spieth. I'll take Matsuyama then. Yeah.
I already have Matsuyama.
Oh, sorry. So Brooks. So your team is Scotty.
Everybody below Koepka right now is available.
Goodness. All right. Give me Neiman.
All right. I'll take Aberg.
And then what? That leaves me with Bryson
or Spieth. Your pick.
Oh, goodness. All right. Give me Spieth. I can't take Bryson at the Masters. No way.
Yeah. All right. I'll take Bryson.
All right. That's a good team. I like my team. I think Brooks wins it, though.
All right. Well,
I like Brooksy. Good. So, obviously,
somebody's going to have to keep a log of that.
Yeah, we'll see how they do.
Play head-to-head. Whoever has the best record.
Lowest score wins. I like it. Everyone, and I can't blame them for this, okay? I can't blame people for getting Tiger crazy, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
Here, to mix the cut, Tiger minus 140. Phil, minus 150, 164. Danny Willett, minus 192. You're dude. The odds-on favorite to miss the cut is Danny Willett. But Tiger Woods specials, all right? Let's see if there's any value to this. Tiger Woods, to make a birdie or better on the first hole of the tournament, 8-1. I hate that there's not a no to this market, by the way. There should be
I would unload on the no.
There should be no's in these markets. Right. Bogey-free round in the tournament, 9-1.
He's not going to make a bogey in a round.
Agreed. Tiger and Rory.
Seen that? I mean, like, have you seen? No, come on.
Tiger and Rory to both finish in the top 20 at the Masters, including ties, is 4.5-1.
I mean, that has a legitimate possibility, no?
Fair, I agree. Any two, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, or Brooks Koepka to finish in the top 10, 2 of the 3 is plus 250.
Not a completely unreasonable expectation.
I love that bet.
Yeah.
Because Tiger's not going to make the top 10, but the other two very well could with Rory and Brooks. Bogey-free round 1 is 30-1. And bogey-free round 2 is 35-1. If you had to bet one of those markets, including miss the cut, what would it be?
If I had to bet one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I would bet the one involving the other guys.
Okay, fair.
Right? Like that plus 250 seemed appealing.
Freddie Couples' comments yesterday about Tiger Woods in playing the round with him, saying he's going there to win, has a lot of people betting Tiger. Shows you how much of an influence somebody's public comment can make without actually seeing the guy play the game.
Freddie didn't have to say anything.
But he did.
All I have to do is open the window and say Tiger's playing and people bet.
Right.
It doesn't matter. And sometimes people want Tiger to be competitive.
Is he the most influential athlete, single athlete on his sport of all time at the betting window?
Oh, he changed everything. I ain't seen no basketball player do that. I mean, Jordan was unbelievable. But people bet the other team. We would do golf tournaments, not the Masters. And you'd have bets on Tiger would be 90% of the bets. I never seen nothing like that. And he would win. Didn't matter what the price was. They didn't care. They were just betting Tiger. I can't think of one. I mean, and again, maybe we could ask Addison, our F1 guy, maybe Verstappen is doing that for F1.
No.
He wins every week.
Yeah, but he wins. I'm talking about bringing new gamblers to the market, bringing them to the window, changing. I'm betting golf because of only one person. I'm betting basketball because of one person. I'm betting hockey because of one athlete. There's only one reason why. Like Caitlin Clark, I think is the next tier.
will that affect on women's basketball and betting? Yes, because we're going to see it. You know what Iowa is to win the championship next year in women's basketball?
I don't know, -2, but plus 30 to
Kevin?
1, 40 to 1.
Kevin had me on yesterday, and I said 40 to 1. Just guessed. I have no idea. He said, try 500 to 1. 500 to 1.
Yeah, not AKA not happening.
AKA not ever happening with that. But like I said, is everybody leaving?
Yes.
And he said, well, yeah, a majority are leaving. And
Yeah.
okay. I never saw anybody come to the window in droves, casual fans, for anything like Tiger. Any team sport, I didn't see it.
No.
I'm sure there were times like, for individual fighters.
What about like, I mean, I don't know. Were you booking games when Jack was? You weren't old enough to book games, and no, it was in the 80s. You were almost
No.
You were a teenager then. But like, do you remember when Jack won the Masters in '86?
I remember that like it was yesterday. I wasn't even a golfer.
So
I
like,
thought that was one of the coolest moments ever in sports. I have that Sports
yeah,
Illustrated with him just holding that putter up.
Yep.
I thought that was amazing.
That probably influenced like Jack and Arnold. Probably their rivalry back and forth.
Yeah, but golf betting was nothing back then.
Right.
You know,
tiny.
I saw golf betting. The first year I was in Curacao was 97. Tiger won the Masters. So the whole time that I've been in the business, Tiger was playing.
Wow.
Nobody bet him to win the Masters in 97. Was no action on that stuff. But the thing that you saw, it wasn't just the Masters. They bet the Buick Open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bet the Hartford Open.
Yeah.
When Tiger was playing, handle would be tripled. Didn't matter. If he went and played a Canadian Open, you had to be ready to take action. Like people were going to just bet him. It was incredible. So, yeah, there should be as many props as you can possibly get as a book on Tiger Woods for the Masters. Because I'll ask you this every year. Is this his last one competitively? Or is he just going to always show up here?
Is this the last one? Every time
I ask that question every time I see him come here.
Yeah, because the problem with Tiger, it's not a problem. So if you asked me when I was 30 years old, if you said, Matt, will you be a father? I would say probably not. I don't really have a desire to be a dad. I don't think that I'm really built to be a dad, and I think that probably it would be best if I maybe I will, but I don't think so. You asked me at 37 after having my daughter, I'm in love with being a dad, and I'm in love with doing the mundane, stupid things and taking her to skating practice, and I'm in love with taking her to different activities and going to the strip with her and having fun times and doing all the dad stuff. Tiger once said, "I'll never be a figurehead. I'll never just show up to Augusta." But the older Tiger gets, and the more nostalgic Tiger gets about his life and his family and what it once was and what his career once was, I wonder if he's going to just be like Fred Couples and just show up every year. This is my tournament. I've won this the most. I dominated this thing. I'm going to show up. Sorry, Will, just to fucking remind all you guys of what I once did with you. That's why I'm showing up. And so I think if you'd asked me that question 10 years ago, Tiger Woods would never just show up to compete. He'd have to be able to win, like he said. He's softening. I think he's becoming more on the idea. I mean, him and I are the same age. Him, me, and Brady. Big difference, but we're all the same age. And I think he's getting older and he's realizing his life and realizing that there's some benefit just to being out there because your kid watches you. You can go out there and your daughter can watch you. You can play in the par 3. You can do different things that it's not about you anymore. It's about them. So you're playing in the tournament. You can't win it, but you're doing it because your daughter might be on your bag, or you're doing it because your daughter might be in the gallery. So I don't know. 10 years ago, I would say Tiger Woods would never play the Masters without a legit chance to win. Now, I think he'll play for a long time.
I would love it if he played in Charlie Caddied or something.
Right.
Like, it would be that's just fun to watch the back and forth that those 2 have. You know, you have a back and forth with Maddie, I have a back and forth with my 3 that's special, that's our thing.
Yeah.
You get to celebrate being the world's best golfer because they didn't get to see it while it was happening. So they can watch other people, like, you know, treat you for what you did in the past because right now they don't really know. I think it would be great. I don't know if he'll do it. I notice the odds are always worse on Tiger than they probably should be.
Always.
Always.
You never get true odds. They're always
No.
juiced. Yeah.
No,
Because the books are afraid.
they're not afraid. They just know what the people will pay.
Correct. But they also know they might get burned because they have. They got burned. Remember the guy in the story? My first ever bet, Tiger win the Masters. He won the Masters. First bet ever. Right. I dropped. We dropped like four dimes. My first bet ever, $4,000 on Tiger.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. He got a
Common
VIP
occurrence.
status and then disappeared after he bet the next 3 majors. Bet Tiger to win the next 3. He did not. And we never heard from that guy again. If
But
he's
he's still-
available, have him come on the show. Love to have you on.
Gosh,
Ask what
could,
you're doing
could
now.
you imagine?
You're betting on Tiger this week? Huh? Ask the chat. You guys betting on Tiger?
Of course they are. There's no Fuzzy was 79.
Does Tiger make the cut? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ask that question.
Yes, based on course knowledge alone. Just based on course knowledge.
And that knee gets rickety up and down those hills. You don't want to
You're
say
right.
it's the hilliest place you've
It is.
ever walked on a
It's-
golf course.
But again, he knows where to walk. He knows where he's supposed to be. He can walk with you can use a club as a cane if he has to. I think he makes the cut. I think if he does make the cut, though, I think you fade him hard on the weekend. Because I think he'll blow up.
Butchie's deuces, Butchie. I just looked down and saw you. He goes, guesstimation. What has Tiger cost us over the years? It's in the 7 figures.
The
It's
books?
$1 million plus.
Easy. Every book. Every book. That's why they don't give you the true odd. There's a shot he does it because he's incredible.
You could not, like, when you worked on the weekends and he was playing,
Right.
as much as I thought it was great and watching him, like, you had to sit there and pretend like you weren't rooting for him.
Of course.
Because, we're going to lose. Well, here's the Buick Open. We weren't expecting to lose 28 times. Oh, you don't even handle 28 times.
Right.
You just bet him. Yeah, it's Butchie. It's a big number, man. Big number.
Big number. And I think Tiger, he's so important for the ratings. Like, just to keep them competitive. He's so important just to have him on the course.
Got to have him on the weekend, P-Roll.
I mean, CBS does. I mean, I don't know if ESPN cares, but yes, CBS needs him.
JPC the fourth said he ain't making the cut if it rains.
Fair.
Oh, man.
A lot of guys are making the cut if it rains, though. If it rains, that course plays totally differently.
Right.
You need the roll. It's a long course. You got to get,
Right.
I mean, Tiger's responsible for that. Tiger, it's the reason why that course is so long. So, yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that roll. But if it rains, and it's slick, it's slippery, body starts to go. It just sucks because, like, his injuries were somewhat sports related, but mostly they were not. The back injury he suffered was jumping out of the airplane. The knee injury he suffered because he was running with combat boots on, training to be a Navy SEAL. The car crash that happened in California that nearly lost his leg so his injuries haven't been sports golf related. It's not like his body broke down because of golf. It broke down because he was doing everything else except playing golf.
Right.
That's always been my frustration or sadness with Tiger, because even as how great he was, it's like, all right, you watch the body break down. It's always like, oh, his body's breaking down. his body's breaking down because what he did to his body, not because the body is deteriorating. My body's not deteriorating. I'm the same age. Tom Brady's body didn't deteriorate. It's the same age. It's
Right.
He did things that weren't good for your body, like jumping out of airplanes consistently.
Like
It's
when
not
you
smart.
did the row machine the first time in a long time and you pulled that back muscle or whatever the
Yeah,
hell
but
you
I'm
were
fine now.
crippled
I
for
mean,
a couple weeks.
it was a 2-day injury. I
Oh,
wasn't.
you milked that.
It hurt like hell. It was a bad injury for 2 weeks, but it's a strained muscle. Like
Right.
this guy nearly lost his foot. Like
Yeah.
he almost wasn't able to walk. They didn't know if he'd be able to walk, let alone play golf. Like Tiger, his leg was mangled.
Meteorology portion of the show, boys and girls. AOWN says it's an 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
Oh no! In round
Come
one,
on.
in round one, how hard? Rain, or like drizzle?
I don't know. AOWN did not put
That
the
sucks. Well, and you know what though? That could help Tiger because if it rains, they can go ahead and just play it to that course drains. Oh my goodness, that thing's incredible how fast that course drains out. So playing in the rain sucks, but it won't carry over. There won't be standing puddles on that golf course on Friday. So maybe they just push the whole first round back to Friday.
If you guys are here watching the show, just type yes or no. Will Tiger make the cut? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes.
You think you would say yes?
I'm voting yes. It's minus on both sides, by the way. It's minus 105 yes and minus 140 to the no.
Where's that? Minus 140 yes or minus 140 no. In the other side is not plus.
FanDuel.
Come on, bro. What are we doing with that?
Don't know because they know people are looking to bet it. Everyone actually to make the cut. Everyone is laying juice. There's not a single plus dog on it.
It's
a
weird field.
Short field.
And like 20 of them are old guys that just come back every year because they have a lifetime exemption.
Yeah.
Right. They're not even.
So that's why. So it's a weird. I was like looking at it this morning. I was like, wait, what? I was like, this is a strange field. But I do think he makes the cut.
The juice said yes, he gets up for this tournament. You missed the conversation earlier about up and down. You think Tiger's jacked for this?
Tiger said no sex.
Jacking up and down.
Tiger said no sex. That was a rumor, right? It was no sex. He stopped. He dropped that entirely. He said,
"What?"
It was a rumor online. It was
what?
It was a rumor that someone put out there. Tiger Woods is abstaining from sex in order to be ready for the Masters.
That's for fighters. Women weaken legs.
You know,
what do they affect your short game now too? Huh?
Your short and your long game, both.
Short and long. You know, some guys are really good at getting up and down.
True. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
More than once. That's true. That's true.
Yep.
More than once.
Yep.
NBA talk. Orlando's laying 1 to Milwaukee. No Giannis tonight.
2 now.
2 now. Wow. We're charging
Orlando going to win, no?
They need it.
Oh,
they need it.
Need it. Don't tell me they need it. I don't care about that.
Well, I mean, end of the year like this, if you seeding matters, every game matters. Milwaukee could lose. Knicks win. Milwaukee loses 2 games. Knicks can wind up with the 2 seed, which I want. I'm pulling for the Knicks to catch the Bucks. That'd be great. Give me the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. How fun would that be? Boston, New York, Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go.
Back to this again.
I'm not. You guys would deal with Philly, not us. It'd be great.
Talking about who's dealing with Philly?
Knicks. We'll deal with Philly.
Baby buckets. No Giannis.
You guys are such. They are doing loosely with the football so badly. Do you guys?
What?
Sixers are setting you up for a monster fall.
Quit
flat on your back. Zip, bang. It's going to hurt. You guys are all Philly fans. Are all back on board.
They did get everybody back in.
You guys all got back.
Santor.
It's like
Santor
you guys
may come on in a full warm-up on Friday. Sixers everything.
You guys literally got off the Titanic and now you're getting it back on it. Willingly getting back on the Titanic.
You're so rude.
The band's like, didn't we get the hell off this gig?
You better hope that the Celtics don't play the Sixers. It's going to be a rough week. It's going to be a rough week.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be one of those situations for basketball fans that the Eastern Conference has such less drama than the West that I think we're going to sit back and like go the East and watch the West and then the Eastern Conference finals, people will pay attention. I don't think the Eastern Conference playoffs are going to be that fun.
No.
I mean, I like having Embiid back. It makes it more interesting. But I don't think it's going to be like must-see
Knicks,
TV.
Sixers, Bucks. No consideration. They're not.
I mean, it could be.
The Pacers. We got a lot of Indiana guys here. The Pacers are playing great.
Oh God,
Dave's daily picks.
They play no any defense.
What?
You're not going to score 140 in the postseason. Come on. Got to play defense. Indiana's not going to be a much of an impediment for most teams at the top. Western Conference, totally different story. Denver's laying 6 to Minnesota. This game's interesting.
Is anybody playing in this game?
I don't know. Why would they? But
that's the first order of business.
Yep.
We got to know who ain't playing.
Right.
And I mean, the total's 211. I mean, it's defense or just rest snooze fest. I don't know what to make of this game. I really don't.
I think snooze fest.
Yeah, right.
And end of the year doesn't matter.
I don't know.
But the next one, this game's not. Suns.
This line is now 8.5.
Holy crap! Is it really?
Yes.
So everyone's out for the Clippers.
Wasn't that the case yesterday?
Yep.
You know what happened yesterday?
Clippers won, right?
Won
outright, right?
Outright. It was the final score 105-92.
Wow.
Clippers on the road in Phoenix.
Huh.
Now Phoenix is favored by 8.5 from an opener of 3. The hell's going on with this game?
Suns need it. Suns are a game behind the Pelicans.
Yesterday.
True.
They got smoked at home.
Clippers are, they're pretty set with the 4 seed. They've won 4
games. Thanks, LL. Harden, George Leonard, all out.
Their whole team's out.
The Suns got murdered, the Juice said. They were down like 37 at one point.
Uh-huh.
So that betting on the NBA makes complete sense because now tonight they're at the Clippers and they're favored by 8. This is why you got to have like blood pressure.
105-92. Quick baseball games to roll through here. Mets, Braves. Kind of a short number here with Quintana on the mound for the Mets. They 165.
Well, you like the Mets?
No, I like the Braves.
Oh.
So the number is light.
Oh.
165 is not horrible. Delay that with Atlanta.
Wow. Clippers won 37-10 in the first quarter yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Akbar. Uh-huh. My guy Akbar chiming in. Yeah, I don't want the Mets in this spot. Do you?
No.
Line's coming down. Again.
No. Wow.
Doesn't
good.
mean squadoosh.
Get better odds than the Braves. Seattle and Toronto. Gilbert and Kikuchi. This is a good game.
Good pitching matchup.
Good game. Minus 120.
It's 1-0, top of the 4th. Seattle leads. Under the in-game. You guys need an in-game play. How about that? We could do that. In-game, under. What is it? 4?
It's 1-0 in the 4th.
Right. What's the in-game number?
I don't know. Hold on.
All right, I'll look it up. Don't change anything. We're cruising along here.
Houston and Kansas City. The rookie's up. Arrighetti. This is their top pitching prospect for Houston. This kid's supposed to be a stud. Coming up here, he's being forced because they just lost Framber to the IL. Lugo's been very good so far to start for Kansas City. This is a very interesting pitching matchup that the Houston Astros are favored with a rookie making his debut.
In-game numbers 5.5. Bet it under.
Mm-hmm.
In Seattle and Toronto. If it gets to 3.5, boys, it might be time for the middle. 3, 4, 5 working.
All right.
3, 4, 5. 2 odd numbers. Inside baseball. If you don't know, now you know. I got to do a little more research on this Arrighetti.
Right.
But who wants to get in front of Kansas City right now? I like the way Kansas City's playing. I think you bet them until they lose. Worked out yesterday. 6-game winning streak. Worked out yesterday.
It did.
Them
Like
people bet KC. They bet him yesterday, Butchie. Their people be betting them again today.
Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. And then finally, we've got not yesterday. Sorry,
yesterday.
Hockey. Two games. St. Louis is 5 points back of Vegas for the final playoff spot in the West.
How about that?
5 points back. Blues are laying 235 against Chicago.
Oh, that's a lot. No,
For the Blues against their big rival, absolutely.
it's a lot.
I learned why Chicago and St. Louis hate each other when I was in Chicago over the weekend.
You did?
Yeah, I learned.
Why?
Because for years, Chicago would dump all of their nasty sewage carcasses of all the animals, all the runoff from the textiles. They dump it all into the river. And the river
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, and the river went that way. Then they decided they didn't want to do that. They wanted to flip it around, and they wanted the river to go the other way because the river was going out to Lake Michigan. Well, Lake Michigan is where they got all their drinking water for Chicago. So thousands of people in Chicago kept on dying from awful diseases because of the water as to where the intake valve was out in Lake Michigan. They keep on pushing it further and further back. So instead of pushing it further and further back, they reversed engineered the entire river. And they flew it all. They had it flow all the way to St. Louis.
Oh,
So the river, instead of the river flowing with their toxic nastiness into the Lake Michigan where they drank, it then went downriver to St. Louis.
wow.
So St. Louis sued Chicago in U.S. It went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court to stop them from doing it. And while it was going on, it was being held up in the courts. They kept on working. And so they sped up the process, and Chicago finished the project before it actually got ruled upon. So that's why St. Louis and Chicago hate each other.
That was a tremendous little history lesson. I had no idea.
Makes total sense, right? If you
Put all
have
the junk in the water.
you get all crazy, like everything's flowing by, like your house, like all of a sudden you're downstream from a disgusting, nasty city. It was the fastest growing city in the world at the time.
That is complete and utter bull caca.
Yep, literally. So
Wow.
I like the Blues,
hockey
but
game today.
nothing. But it's just why they hate each other. So I learned why they hate each other. It was a
Did you
cool.
learn that on the boat cruise?
I did learn that on the boat cruise. Yes, I learned that on the architecture tour of Chicago.
That's awesome. Like everybody needs to learn something every day. That's good.
Agreed.
That's. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
I like St. Louis.
Right. And then finally Edmonton and Vegas to pick.
How about this game?
Vegas needs it. Vegas can't lose. Vegas loses in regulation. St. Louis is 3 points back. They beat Chicago.
Very interesting here.
Vegas better wake up, man. The
Getting
Blues are on.
very, 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 very interesting. Is McDavid playing?
Lower body injury, questionable. The line would say no.
Here we go with the lower body injuries already.
The line would tell you no. Likely out. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. First thought is over.
He skated. Oh, he skated this morning. JPC the fourth said
play.
He skated.
Thank you, JPC the fourth. Linus said he's likely out. See, I don't know. This is I hate
groin,
this.
lower body. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Sidewise, I'm leaning Edmonton. Total wise, I like over.
Me too. At least 4-2 on that. I would agree with that. Time for Bet It or Book It. All right, Bet It or Book It, the segment where I tell Dave what I bet. Dave says he likes it, he bets it, doesn't, he books it. We go to Toronto and Brooklyn. We are going to continue betting these NBA overs, NBA totals. It's been very successful over the last couple of weeks of going ahead and jumping in on this. It's helped me kind of rebound with my NBA betting. So it's been fun to do. I am now 26-26 in the NBA. So need to see if I can figure out if we can go over 500 here. Toronto, Brooklyn, over 220. What's the number now?
Toronto, Brooklyn, the total is 221. There's a couple 220 and 1.5s, and Circa's sitting at 220.5.
Ooh, okay.
So
Toronto's been an over machine.
Yeah, they don't care about anything.
Nope.
They
it's
play defense.
AAU game.
Yeah. There is too much jacking up and down, Claire. Check, you're right. With this. I think this is a bet.
Okay. Rays money line today.
Hold on. Let me see. Rays money line.
222 at Caesars, 222 down south.
Game just started. If you're going to bet it now. Top of the first. Ironically, the game closed minus 110.
Ooh, money on the dog. Okay.
That's okay. Bet the Rays.
Okay.
Right now. Quickly.
Okay. And then over 6.
The Braves have bases loaded. No one out.
I like the Braves. I like the Braves today. Over 6.
Rays, I said the Rays.
The Rays have bases loaded already?
Bases loaded, nobody out right now.
Uh-oh, that number's going to
The
be...
in-game just went up to 250.
I was going to say, it's going to be sky high now.
You missed it.
Sorry.
2-0 Rays.
There we go. Good.
Bam.
Let's go. Over 6, Edmonton, Vegas.
3-0 Rays. TPR.
3-0 Rays. Damn.
Bet. This is a bet.
We cannot do super chats today because of what's going on. So you can take it away all the way up to the top with your favorite thing about today because your story is tremendous.
Yeah. So we have audio visuals with my story today. Favorite thing about today is that I went with Jessica to an appointment today at this place that I didn't even know existed. It's a women's healthcare place. And I went because, next week we'll explain why, on Friday and everything else. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the show on Monday, depending on, how things go, different things going on.
It's marathon. It's marathon Monday, so I may be able to get Emerson to come in. It's Patriots Day. It's Patriot.
Oh, you're frozen. Hold on. We'll explain all that at a later time. Tomorrow we got Ricky. Friday we got Rhythm. We'll
Patriots Day Monday.
Okay. So if we do it early, no. I mean, I could do it while she's in surgery. So it's going to be sitting. I'll come home and do it.
Oh, okay.
We can do it early.
But
I got to be there when she wakes up, and I got to be there when she comes home.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we'll figure it out. Anyhow, so we go to this place, and of course, I'm the only man there when I walk in with her, and I'm looking around.
Is this thing crying, by the way?
I don't think so.
It looks like this thing is crying. And
I don't know.
Because is this where you go to say goodbye? So you're saying goodbye to this part? So the fallopian tubes are crying because they're going to fallopian tube heaven. Like, is this what this is? Why are the eyes the way the eyes are?
I sit down on the couch and I said, just sit next to me. She said, no, I'm sitting over here in a chair. I don't need to sit next to you right now. Okay. It's 8 million degrees in this place. This is not a place usually when it's all women. Somebody has to tell somebody it's 150 in this joint.
Wow.
So I sit down and I'm like, what? Why is it so hot in here? So I'm looking around and I turn to my right and there's this pillow and it says, this is our happy place. And then there's this other pillow that's right there. And I went, Jess, what is this? And she's like, what do you mean? What is that? And I'm like, is this a uterus pillow? Are these the tubes? And she's like, would you shut up? And I'm like, no, seriously, what is this? And she's like, there's 6 other women around. And I'm talking just like I'm talking to you. And she's getting more pissed off by the second. I'm like, I never seen one of these. And it's sitting just like this. And she's on her phone. She's trying to stay calm because she gets uptight for these things. And I look over and I take a picture. And she goes, what are you doing right now? Are you taking a picture of that? And I'm like, you're damn right I am. And she goes, are you going to post that? I'm like, no, that's my favorite thing about today. She goes, what? Are you serious? And I said, absolutely. This is my favorite thing about today. A uterus pillow. Are you kidding me? I had no idea what it was.
That may or may not be crying.
That may or may not. It may or may not be crying. I'm gonna have to ask that. I don't
I
know
think
if
it's
I'm
crying.
going back. If everything goes well, like I don't know if I need to go to the follow-up appointment because I asked too many questions.
Right.
I don't. None of this was. I don't know. We're taking this out. How's this going to work? This is going to be this. That all these things are happening. And I'm like, huh. All right. What does all this mean? The day we come home, can we do anything? And she's like, what is this we thing? She's like, nothing. 12 weeks.
Wow.
12 weeks. Whew. All right. That's fine. You married guys know what I'm talking about. 12 weeks, no problem. We'll figure it out. But yeah, my favorite thing about today was that pillow.
Oh boy. If you guys are watching on Sports Grid, listening on Sirius XM, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We're sorry about the rocky start to begin the show. We didn't know if we can do the show today. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it. If you guys are live, quick bonus time hitting you on the other side on YouTube and on Twitter for BVB.
So the boys in the chat, it's 100% crying. Whitrock said.
I agree, right?
Yeah.
It's
They have
crying.
some funky ears, Roger Long said. Those aren't ears, Roger.
Those aren't ears, Roger.
Definitely not ears. Those are some tubes.
Tubes.
Yeah. Roger Long said it's definitely crying. Yeah. I'd like to go in there with are we in bonus time? I gotta get a penis pillow or something. Anybody got one of those? Just drop one of those off next time I come by. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, it's too much.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about today was Amanda being in the chat. That was really cool. Thank you guys for being here. She was very freaked out about doing that. So I had to kind of like, she was really touched. She was really, really moved by everybody just writing the messages yesterday. And she was really, really, really moved. So I was like, just go in the chat and say thank you. She's like, I can't do that. It's like, why not? Just go in there, just say hi. And you're a person, just say hi, I'm here. She's like, that's really scary. I was like, just do it. So she did it. And she was like, that was way too intimidating. She was, that was really scary to do that. But she wanted to come in and say thanks to you guys for doing that. So that was cool. Because she saw the brigade. I mean, like she saw people we talked about yesterday, but like she saw people come on up and it's like, I think it's fun. It's fun for your daughters, both your daughters. It's fun for Madeline. It's fun for Amanda. I think it's fun when people see that like the brigade is a real thing. It's not just like what you and I are talking about. Like it actually becomes like, these are people all over the world. Like people in Australia were writing things on our YouTube channel to her saying happy birthday. I was like, that's somebody, I told her like that. I was like, that person's in Australia, by the way. She was like, that's crazy. It's like, yeah, some guy in Australia who's never met you, who watches this show, who's saying happy birthday. It's just a weird world.
How do you cannot explain that?
No, and it for someone who's not
calls, like we got that, like I think about on Friday when it was or Thursday when it was your birthday, like you had people from 5 different countries wish you happy birthday.
It's unbelievable.
And
so cool.
I went and counted the states. I watched the show on the flight to back east.
Okay.
We had 32 states.
Nice. In 5 countries.
On the roll call Thursday.
It's great.
In April.
It's tremendous.
And everybody said happy birthday and all this other stuff. But
what it does for me, I think, in bringing somebody like Amanda into this, because she's never been a part of this, like it's fun because everything is new to her on this stuff.
Right.
So like normally when you've been in my life, like even like my brothers and sisters and whatnot, like they're used to like, I don't want to say they're jaded by it, but they're just kind of like, okay, like again. And I've told her this, like, at some point this is going to bother you. And she's like, but it's not right now. So it's cool to see it through her eyes that like, there's like genuine excitement and genuine like fear and like being like butterflies, nervous about like interacting with this established group of people. And then she's joining in late. It's kind of like she's joining a basketball game in the 3rd quarter. And it's like you come in and everyone's already doing their thing and she doesn't want to step on toes or make anybody uncomfortable or whatnot. So it's cool. It's cool to see it because it gets me even more fired up for the show and even more fired up for the brigade.
Right.
Because she's like, wait, where is that person? Costa Rica. Yeah. Wait, where is that person? Croatia. Yeah. Watching the show. Yeah. In Croatia.
There's another one in Prince Edward Island.
In Canada.
There's another one in Ketchikan, Alaska.
Right. I mean, thousands of miles away. How is this possible? So it's
people up, people down.
Who may or may not be
up
using
and down.
Yes, when they're jacking, they very well. That's when you can shut off. You can say that.
You try to get it off the rails early. Keep it on.
I didn't try to. We just did. Just one of those things.
That's what you did. That's it.
It's what ends up happening. By the way, just so everybody knows, the Boston Celtics played an NBA game yesterday. For the first time in the history of the fucking NBA, then a single free throw was awarded to the Boston Celtics. A single free throw.
Talk about mailing it in.
They called two free throws in the whole fucking game. 0 for Boston and 2 for Milwaukee.
Well, how does that even happen? By accident, you got to call a foul on each team.
That's 1, 2, 3 Cancun. That's what that is.
That's for sure.
Everyone's like, "Hey man, where are you going?" "Oh, I'm going to Cancun." "Hey, where are you going?" "Oh, I'm going to Spain." When you leave?" "Oh, in a week. I can't wait." "Yeah, all right. I got a dinner." Game was played in 2 hours and 8 minutes. 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Woo!
Someone had a date with somebody somewhere at a restaurant that they're like, "Hey guys, I got to get this going. Okay, can we just like speed this up? Like, let him play. Don't worry about it. No fouls. Just go." Like, holy shit, was that crazy last night between that game? That made no sense. You bet free throw shots or fouls or anything like that, any of those props, or you bet them under, congratulations, because everything went under. It's ridiculous on that.
Dave's Daily Picks that they took over 83s combined.
They did.
They did. Get over the court and chuck it up.
1, 2, 3, jack.
Threes, ain't no fouls. Don't play no defense.
Crazy.
The game still went under.
Football guy, she's part of the largest extended family in the world. That's actually a really sweet way of talking about this show. That's pretty damn cool.
That is pretty good. He did say, good. Football guy 93, 97 said that 12 weeks is a walk in the park for the married guys. I'm going to treat it like a training camp.
12 months? Like, most married guys are talking 12 months. Yeah, but most married guys are talking 12 months. Like, it's
12 weeks. I'm going to treat it like a training camp. I'm going to hit a bag. I'm going to jump the rope. I'm going to be in prime shape for the title shot of all title shots. I can't wait. She ain't even going to let me. That's it.
Okay, man, we don't. You're still married. I like you to still be married. You can't share all this shit.
I told you, this is year number 20. We celebrate at the end of May. It's a pick-em. We were plus 250 to make 10. We already cashed that.
Yeah, now you're on 20. Next is 30.
25. They go in fives after that.
All right.
Shorten it up. She knows the deal. Listen, I'm excited that Amanda's excited about this. You've been in this room. You've been in this house. You've been in this joint. She's been on the show. She gives me shit all the time. She's like, that didn't happen. People don't want to hear you guys talk. They don't. Watch the show.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what Amanda and Jess will talk about, because it'll be fun, because Jess will be like, "You actually like this shit? Like, you like this shit?"
I told her today. I said, Amanda's coming in May. The 4 of us are going to dinner.
100%.
Babysitter.
Yeah.
She goes, "What?" She's like, "Did you already make plans?" I said, "No, I don't even know when she's coming. But the 4 of us are going to go have
second weekend in May."
Yeah. I said, "It's going to happen."
Oh,
She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready."
Because I'm going to do the show.
Ready. What are you, his mom?
I'm not ready. I'm ready.
No, she don't know if she's ready to meet Amanda.
Oh,
said, what are you talking about?
My gosh, you trust me, you're ready. But I'm going to try, like, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but like, she'll be here. She lands on Thursday, so she'll be here on Friday. So after the show Thursday, I'll go pick her up at the airport. And then Friday, she'll be here when we do roll call Friday. I've told her, that's when she's coming on the show. Her debut will be that day.
That sounds like a great idea.
So she'll come on if I can coax her into doing it, because she's staying here. So
we'll
so I'm like, you got to do the show. She's like, I'm not coming on the show. I'm like, you're coming on the show. So we got to figure out how to do that at some point.
Yeah, that's happening. Put that on the board. Yes.
Oh God.
Philly's got to hold on here. 4-3 in the 9th. What happened?
Yeah, nothing. She just sent me strangers are already approaching her. So I warned her.
Really?
She goes, "Who is this guy?" Like, I told you. We're back tomorrow, hopefully with no hiccups. Thank you for bearing with us at the beginning of the show. That was really a difficult situation, but we're glad we got it all in. Dave and Matt, we're back. Round 1 of the Masters tomorrow for BBB.
Up, down.